Good evening.
Good
Oh,
evening.
bless you. Good evening. So glad to be on tonight with Heart to Heart.
Hello.
With the Taylors.
Welcome.
It's tea time.
Yes.
We missed you guys. We missed you guys. We had to go on a little vacation just to get away. We work all the time. If it's not ministry, it's business, or it's now a new venture, which is life coaching and relationship coaching.
Yes.
So we seem to have quite a bit going on. But tonight, I'm so glad to be on here with my rib, oh my God, with the Holy Ghost barbecue sauce, praise God. But I'm here tonight because sometimes relationships go through storms, trials, and tribulations. Sometimes they're doomed from the start. But if there's an ability for that thing to work out, you need to figure it out. Lattimore has a song that he sings, and this is what he says, because you need to figure out whether this thing is worth fighting for, or you just really just need to give it up.
Yes.
But if it's worth fighting for, Lattimore said this is what you need to do.
What they need to do.
Got to straighten it out. You got to straighten it out.
Straighten it out.
But now that's not our discussion tonight. Our discussion tonight is, are you a distraction, or does your relationship
just need some help?
Does it need a little help? So I'm here to ask the question: are you a distraction to the relationship, or are you something that might be hindering it or hurting it? Or do you really just need a little help? Just need a little word.
Yes.
But we're going to find out tonight. I'm waiting on Lattimore to get started because I want him to tell y'all what y'all need to do.
We're trying to give people time to come in, tag some people, let them know we're on the air. We're waiting on a few people to come in.
What you got to do? Let's figure this thing out. Come on. You got to tell me what's bothering you.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all get a dialogue about this. Don't lie.
We're getting a few people time to come in if you're just now coming in.
Good evening to whoever's on this evening.
I can't see who's on, so if you're on, shoot a heart and let us know you're on. For some reason, I can't see who is live with us right now.
Thank you.
Let us know by shooting a heart, letting us know you're here. Say hello. Good evening. How you doing, Latrice?
Good evening, Sister McCoy.
Just let us know you're here. Say hi, a hand, a heart. Let us know you're here. Good evening. Last week we were out of town and we did not go live. The kids were on vacation, so we just took that time with them and enjoyed a little vacation ourselves.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening? I'm excited about this topic tonight. Lady Taylor keeps us busy. I think this will encompass some of the topics that the McCoy girls wanted us to talk about. So this is going to encompass some of those things.
Yes, and we have a top fan. And our top fan, guess who our top fan is, y'all?
Who's our top fan?
Latrice McCoy. You are a top fan, and we're going to have a gift for you.
Okay.
So DM me, I'm going to have to mail it. DM me your address, or we will either mail it to you, or either we'll get it to you. But I'll contact you later. Send me a phone number where I can contact you, or whatever, or address or something where I can send it to you. But we have a gift for you. We'll have a gift for you for being our #1 fan.
Sister McCoy, thank you so much. She is Heart to Heart's #1 fan.
Yeah, they have you listed as a top fan for us.
Our page says you're the #1 fan. They say you actually have been one who has been interested in being active and being a motivator for us. So thank you so much for who you are and what you've done to kind of encourage us along this journey. She said, yeah, thanks.
Yes.
Yay, thanks. I think it's yay, thanks.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Lattimore has made it clear that we're dealing with some stuff and we just need to straighten it out. So I'm going to let it go I got to cut him off. I'm gonna let him go.
Thank y'all for being patient with us. Tonight we're talking about, are you just a distraction, or do your relationship just need some help?
Let's talk about that. I want to see.
First of all, distraction. What is distraction? What is distraction to you? Distraction is a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something else, and possibly someone else. So the question is, are you just a distraction? Are you just a distraction, or do your relationship just need some help? And when I say are you a distraction, I'm saying, do that person really have is the person really trying to be with you and looking for a commitment for long term? Or are you just a distraction? Are you just something to do for the moment? Are you just something to occupy their time because they're stressed out at work? Are you a distraction?
And let me see. When you talk about distraction, let's see. Can I dig in there? When we talk about distractions, because when I think about distraction, this is what I really think about. I think about, are you hindering the growth of the relationship?
Right.
Are you a unit? Are you focused on the body of the relationship? Is it a two-person relationship, or are y'all focused on this? Y'all have the same dreams, the same objectives, the same goals. Is your marriage or your relationship, does it have a joint mission, or are y'all flying solo dolo?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you just being a distraction for that person.
Just a distraction.
Just somebody to waste time with, or to get by, or occupy their time. Taking up some time. And another thing is, are you the person that's being the distraction?
So when you say that, what do you mean when you say,
are you the person that's taking up someone's time, attention, and keeping them from being great, keeping them from really finding their potential husband or wife?
Are you in the way?
Yes.
Are you in the way? Is this relationship full of benefits or bitterness? I like when I hear the relationship being full of benefits. I know for myself, marriage should be full of benefits.
Yes.
Because of what God says can happen in the relationship. But if I'm not winning in this relationship, if I'm not getting, I love the way Lady Taylor just said, are they keeping you from being great?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Are they keeping you from being great?
Is there an increase in value because of you being in a relationship with this person? Or are they decreasing or snatching or cheating you from being who you could truly be?
Yes.
Are they snatching your strength?
Right.
Are they stealing your joy? Are they killing your hope? Are they poisoning your peace?
Yes. So in other words, are you allowing someone to be a distraction in your life?
Wow.
Are you allowing someone to be a distraction in your life? They divide attention and preventing you from concentrating and focusing on what really could be good with someone else.
I believe this, Lady Taylor, and I might be wrong. Think about this for yourself, heart to heart family. Think about this for yourself. I just want to throw this out there. Nothing could deter a relationship or kill your destiny quicker than being in the relationship with the wrong person.
Yes.
I'm not saying that that's what it is, but nothing could hinder your destiny quicker or deter you, because deterrence is simply a distraction, right? A deterrence is simply a distraction. So nothing could deter your destiny quicker than being in a relationship with the wrong person, or being married to the wrong person.
Yes. And that person, when you being in a relationship or being married to the wrong person, sometimes people, they stay there being a distraction. They don't want to see you give your full potential or see you grow with someone else.
So you're telling me this is a joy stealer?
Yes.
This is a joy stealer. This individual could really be a caretaker, and the funeral home calls a caretaker one who looks over dead things, and so they want to keep life from being full. You having fullness of life, because guess what? You got a caretaker. You got a pallbearer. Somebody who is taking you to the cemetery and left you there. Oh, but I speak against that tonight. Can I talk to, because we're talking about a relationship, but do I got any single folk on here tonight? Do I got any single folk on here tonight?
If you're single on here, wave, throw up a
Lady
hand.
Taylor, she knows how to. Do I got any single folk
Throw
on
up
here
a
tonight?
hand.
Because y'all might pull the preacher out of me tonight with this one. Are you a distraction, or does your relationship just need some help?
Right.
Okay, Sister McCoy says she's saying, yeah. Okay, Sister Faith said, yes, Lord.
But also, don't let someone be a distraction for you. You know, you got this person that's always coming around when they feel like it because they're bored. They want to, hey, they want to come over and hang out at your house, you know, but they're not really into you to make it, you know, known that they want a real relationship, but they just want to hang out, buddy. So you trying to work on something, building something, and they just with you, you know, for the benefit of, you know, having a little fun.
Okay. Lady Taylor act like she been doing my homework for me. She act like she just messing with my stuff. She don't figure out what flavor my Kool-Aid is tonight. And look, Sister Fisher said, bad buddy. Now watch this. If you're single, before you enter into a new relationship, because you can get that distraction in your life, I need you to take inventory of your new interests. Whoever that person is, I need you to take inventory of who that person is before entering to the relationship, because that's how sometimes you get hooked up with the distraction.
Yes.
You haven't taken inventory of this individual. So what do you mean when you say take inventory? What's some things they should be looking at? You know some things you ought to be looking at. I'm going to see what Lady Taylor on tonight.
Well, you said some things they should be looking at when
entering into the relationship. Knowing that this, because you just
to know that they are a distraction, or to know that, you know, this.
If this the right one, either way, is this the right one, or is this a distraction for me? And if it's a distraction, then I need to move away from it.
Well, one, to know that this is a distraction. For one, they're not gonna plan. They're not gonna plan anything that's set for the future. They're not gonna plan goals with you.
So they're not that. You can see this as an interest, but they don't have the same interest.
Right.
Okay.
So they're not gonna set any goals. They're not gonna even put a title on what it is that you guys are doing.
What?
Because you're just a distraction.
So you mean I'm not gonna take this serious because I'm really playing?
Right.
Let me know the rules to the game.
Yes.
Okay. So what? This is one thing I want to throw. What if I need you to pay attention to the individual's character.
Yes.
Pay attention to the past, what they've experienced, and pay attention to their past choices. Mm-hmm. Because if they weren't good in making good choices and they don't have good character, why would you think you could have a good relationship with an individual that did not have good character and did not make good choices?
Right.
Huh?
Right.
Do they have a good character? Do they have good choices? Another thing, I learned that something will hurt a relationship. Who is the one who has the influence on the person that you're trying to go into a relationship with? Does mama, homeboy, homegirl, God? Do they listen to God? Do they listen to their mama? Do they listen to their daddy? Yeah. Or do they listen to their homeboy or their homegirl? Somebody who ain't even in a relationship. Right. Somebody who has never had a good relationship. Because you need to do everything you can to get away from the wrong person.
Right. From bad influences.
Bad influences.
Yes. So, you know, and to the person that is being a distraction, why are you holding on to this person?
Ooh, Lady Taylor, you didn't say it out loud.
Holding on to this person that could potentially be someone else's good thing.
Come on here.
Someone else's potential a husband or a wife. Why? Why not let that person go?
Get out the way.
And find the person that you really want to be with.
You're a blocker.
Yes.
Get out the way.
Yes.
I don't need no haters. Get somebody in my life that can help me be better. Because in a relationship, I learned this, Lady Taylor, because you helped me. You've helped me. I think that when you're in a relationship with the right somebody, our job is to help each other become better people.
Yes.
Our job, our position in the relationship, it is to make sure that I better you and you better me. I cannot be in a selfish relationship. I cannot be selfish. It is about building one another.
Right. And somebody said that, Sister Fish said, they can't get anyone else.
Yes, they can.
That's the why that they just using you for a distraction, because they out playing around with everyone else.
Yes, they can. They can get somebody.
But they know that you're a good cat.
You're the one
you're a good person.
Even being in all the relationship with other folk, you're the only one that really cares.
They know that you are a jewel.
Woo!
They know that you are a jewel.
Woo!
They don't want you, but they don't want to see nobody else get it, because they know you a prize.
Ooh, I love that.
So that's why they hold on to you and try to keep you as a distraction.
Stand there trying to poison your purpose.
Yes.
Knowing that you're a prize. Keeping you in that pitiful place when you could bloom like a rose.
Right.
Oh, I need it. So Sister Taylor, Lady Taylor said something that was important earlier. She says, make sure you know who this individual is. She says, because is this a husband? Is this a wife? Or is this a good friend?
Right.
That you're trying to conform or trying to change and make them into that person. Right. Because that could be the distractor. The distractor could be you trying to make them into something they're not.
Yes.
Let that stuff go.
Yes.
It is not your job to conform an individual and try to make them into something they just ain't. They could be just a good friend.
And you will know when somebody is just a distraction for you, because you're not going to be completely happy. You're not going to be happy with them. You may have a temporary happiness that when they finally come around, or that every blue moon when y'all have a good time, you'll know that this is just a distraction, because they don't mean me no good. They don't mean me no harm. If they can make you happy and they can complete you every blue moon, that means they're not putting forth the effort. They're not putting forth no effort to trying to make things work.
Sister McCoy, first of all, Sister Faith says, he said he got you as a trophy.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Trying to, just keep you as what seems to be a valuable piece. But Sister McCoy said this, I love this. She said, he knows I'm a diamond, but he won't put a ring on it.
That's right. Girl, don't be no distraction.
Girl, you almost made me shout that. You almost made me shout that. Now the preacher, the preacher in me got to come out. Lord have mercy. Because the question has to be in knowing this individual. Can I reach my God intended potential? Right. Can I reach my God intended potential? Can I reach my God intended purpose with this individual?
Right.
Can I grow? Can I soar? Can I be awesome? Can I be great? Can I be anointed with this individual? Right. Can I reach my God-intended potential with this individual? And if I can't, then you ain't.
You ain't.
Let it roll. 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 Let it roll.
And you guys, there's a difference between dating someone and being with someone and they just being a distraction.
Oh, a distraction.
Right. Because you can date now. Dating is not like a real, when you're dating, you're not committed to a person.
Come on.
So when you're dating, you're not committed to one person.
Come on.
So I may go out with you tonight, and hey, my other buddy over here, we may go to a movie tomorrow because we're just dating. Dating is different from being in a relationship or having a commitment with somebody.
So I need, because when I get into this relationship of commitment, I have to be focused.
Right.
Because I want the full potential of the relationship.
Right.
I want the full potential.
Right. So know the difference.
Know the difference
between dating,
if you're dating or
being in a relationship, being committed to
somebody. Come on here tonight. Oh, you working.
And just because you're in a relationship and being committed to somebody, sometimes you stay in the house. Some people stay in the house with each other, but that's not always the same. You can stay in separate houses and be in a relationship with somebody and be committed to them. That's different.
That's some good stuff right
than
there.
just dating people, dating and having friends. Because basically that's what you're doing when you're dating. You're meeting new friends and meeting new people.
Wow.
So that's different from being a distraction.
So you're leaving room and it's open at that point.
Right.
For because you and what Lady Taylor is really saying is, I see that who I'm dating is not somebody at this point in time I could be committed to, or that could be committed to me.
Right.
Now I need you to understand this. When you're with a distraction, this is what you got to happen. This is what's going to happen. What's going to happen? I need you to understand this, because if I can't reach my God intended potential with this individual, this is you're going to be met with. You're going to be met with your life. This relationship is going to be full of storms, full of valleys, full of quicksand, and full of roadblocks. If we ain't never going nowhere, if we ain't never doing nothing, if we can't never be nobody, then this is not the relationship to be in. If this relationship is full of storms, full of valleys, full of roadblocks, and I'm stuck in quicksand all the time, then why am I with you?
Yes. So if you're having more disappointments and more heartaches than you are comfort, love, happiness, and peace, you need to get that distraction out your way.
we busy going nowhere together, and then guess what? Not only are we busy going nowhere together, but guess what? We ain't went nowhere individually.
Right.
So in a singular relationship, we ain't going nowhere individually, and then we ain't going nowhere together. Come on, this ain't gonna work.
And the only time they want to do something nice or make you feel good or happy or that they care is when they feel like you're finna exit, or when they feel like you've had enough.
What?
Yeah, they'll do that.
I learned this. When I saw what God gave me in Lady Taylor, oh my God, I got to know her for face value. Watch what I said. In the Hebrew, I told you preacher gonna come at me tonight. In the Hebrew, it never gives an individual, watch this, Lady Taylor, it never gives an individual a face. You know why? Because we have many faces.
Okay.
And so we have many faces. So in certain conditions, our faces change.
Right.
But the individual that you're in a relationship with will always know your face. Whatever your face is. First of all, I need you to understand, when you think about faces, you got to alliterate. You got to break it down. What does face mean? First of all, you got to pay attention to that individual's family.
Yeah.
Oh, because it can be some trouble if you connected to the wrong joker and he connected to the wrong family. Because whatever that family, let me tell you something. The fruit does not fall too far from the tree. Whatever you can really see in the family, you might see in that individual.
Yeah.
But yeah, you might see in that individual. So you got to pay attention to that person's face. I love my in-laws.
Yes.
Oh, I love my in-laws.
Yes.
And guess what? My in-laws love me.
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking about she's connected to one of the most wonderful families that you could be related to. So first of all, when you see their faces, you got to know face value of what you're dealing with. Because you got to say, do I want to connect with this?
Right.
Do I want to be with this? Am I going to be able to be committed to this? But then secondly, you got to understand, if I'm worried about the faces of the, then you got to worry about that joker attitude.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, because if you can't deal with the anger, the animosity, and the ignorance that comes out of that joker, run, Forrest, run. Because he don't know how to act right in private or in public. Run, Forrest, run.
Okay.
But then also you got to understand, when you're looking at the faces, you got to say, are we compatible?
Right.
Can we really connect?
Right.
Because if we ain't got nothing, you know what? At first I was like, well, I've been this preacher. My wife went this major church girl. Is this gonna work?
Right.
Man, I realized this girl had more God in her than I really, because it was just unrefined. It needed some work. It needed some growth. But this girl knew some God, and she had a God wisdom on her. So we were compatible. We wanted family. We loved family. We wanted to be together. There was so much that connected us in this relationship.
Right.
I knew I could be with this woman for a lifetime.
Right.
You think you've been with me for a lifetime?
What?
Yeah.
What? And am.
And I am.
And am.
Work it, girl.
I am.
Praise God. Praise God.
To death do us part.
Till death do us part.
Yeah, but, and you know, again, that's something that a person that is using you for a distraction for is not going to do. They're not looking for long-term commitments. They're not planning lifetime goals with you. They're not even putting a title on a relationship.
What?
They're just having fun.
They're just having fun.
They're just having fun. So when the fun is over, guess what they doing? They gone.
Now, you think it's just like that?
They gone.
So it's off and on.
Off and on.
Now,
Because you just a distraction, right?
You just a distraction.
So when they get through with the distraction, they have to go back to what reality.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Because, you know, we deal with, when I said face, F-A-C, you know, E. The evidence of their experience is something that you will eventually run into. Who they were, what they were, and who they were with will be something that you run into sooner or later. Who they were, whatever they were in their past, it'll come alive in their present. What they were, it'll come alive. Yes. And who they were with. I don't know if you ever heard of soul tying, but whoever they laid with, whoever they played with, sometimes will play out in the relationship. Yes. You have to be careful. Yes. But finally, faces, you have to understand, they bring a substance or a skill to the relationship. What do you mean? They bring value.
Right.
They bring virtue. They bring a presence, something that says we can proceed beyond this point. Right. This process will work for us, and we're going to do great things. This year, I'm going to do something for my wife. Glory to God. I owe her all of I can do for her. I'm going to blow her mind this year somehow, some way. Yes. Because I know that we have a great and grand future together. She said soul time. Them soul ties. Right. Hey, that joker done laid with Jay. Come on here now. And you got some that lay straight and some lay to the side. You got some front door and some back door. And you find yourself struggling with some stuff and you wonder where it come from.
Right.
You got to be careful to look out for your spirit, man.
Yes.
Because everything ain't right.
Amen.
You think everything right, let me tell you.
Everything ain't right.
It ain't right.
So don't get caught up being a distraction for somebody. And don't you try to distract nobody. Don't try to distract nobody.
You think people do that?
Yeah, they bored. But you know what? You have some people, they don't want no commitment.
Ooh.
They're not looking for a relationship. And if you're one of those people, be honest with the person you're involved with. Be honest with them.
Now, you know you helped me today because I never looked at distraction in the way that you expressed it to me. Mm-hmm. And that was, a distraction can either be a good thing. Yeah,
it can be good. A distraction can be a good thing.
Or a bad thing. I didn't know that a distraction could really be a good thing. But this is what my wife helped me to understand. She said, what if you have a bad day? What if you went through so much? She said the distraction is to take your mind away from that thing, to take your thinking off of that thing,
right?
To offer a peace to you, to give a comfort to you, to know that I can be your confidant and that you can have a confidence in me. When that girl said that to me, I'm trying, and we were going down the expressway. I almost got outside the car and ran with it because I never saw it that way, that it could either be a good thing or bad. But now we're not talking about in this moment. We're not talking about the good distraction. I thank God I got a good one. Yes. Well, praise God. Yes. But you got some jokers that don't mean you're no good.
And they play on that, being that distraction for when you had that bad day or you may be tired. They play on that.
Wow.
And guess what? Instead of them, the only difference is they have no intention on building a relationship with you or becoming more than just that.
Now, Sister McCoy, do you mean when you stand in the corner, do you mean a good or a bad? Do you mean I was there to keep some stuff away from them or keep them from a good situation? Or do you mean that I was a good distraction for what she said?
You said so are you being a distraction in a bad way or are you being a distraction in a good way? Because I try to be his distraction when he come home from work.
I took, of course, that bad corner. Bad corner.
Well, at least you being honest. You being honest. You being honest.
She said bad, all caps.
But you do know when you being a bad distraction, you missing out.
Watch out.
You missing out because while you're entertaining being this bad distraction, you may be overlooking the one that's for you.
Can I be a preacher for a minute? Y'all give me some time.
Come on.
Lord, I know y'all don't like me. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says this. It says this. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship does the righteous with the unrighteous? And what communion had light with darkness? And what concord had Christ with Belial? Or what part had the believer with the infidel, the unbeliever? And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. And as God has said, I will dwell in them and walk with them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. Hey, so God says, ain't no use in connecting with something that ain't on your level. Ain't no use in connecting with an individual that don't believe what you believe. Don't waste time with the distraction.
Don't waste time. And I know sometimes because for the single people, because you're not in a relationship, you feel like, being a distraction. You don't have to be a distraction. Learn how to date. Learn how to just date. You can just date.
Just date.
It's okay to date. That's what we forget. We forget to just learn how to date.
It's not okay to date. Watch it. No, I'm
finna just ask you why.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm asking you why.
She's saying why. Okay, it's not okay to date, and listen to what I'm about to say. Don't miss it. I'm not saying it's not okay to date. I'm talking about a lot of times we live off of the judgment of people. It's okay to date. Okay. It's okay to date. I've gone. Let me tell you something. When I go to Baskin and Robbins, my favorite flavor, without a doubt, is black walnut. But every now and then, I'll try. This is my black walnut. I won't try nothing else now. But before I had black walnut, I made sure I tried Rocky Road and I tried butter pecan. Because there was more than one flavor but I had to find the one that I really love. And when I hit that black walnut, do you hear me? Mm-hmm. Every time I go now, I'm gonna get me a waffle cone, black walnut, watch this, and light caramel. Okay. I love it just like that. But you don't know what your favorite is until guess what? You date.
Yeah.
And people tell you that there's something wrong, especially now. It's all right for, watch this, come on, I'm gonna say something y'all ain't gonna like in a few minutes. It's okay for a Negro to be hoish. But don't let no woman be seen with more than one different individual. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's something wrong with that. And I'm here to tell you that you would never find your Boaz. You would never find an individual that will look out for you and love you the way you should, except you allow yourself that moment to be with somebody. Right. Because if you stay in the house, locked in a room, watching Family Feud and Steve Harvey and all them folk, you're going to miss out on something great. Guess what? Because you're going off of what somebody has said to you that cannot be done. Don't you do it?
Right. And there's a difference between dating, and some people think dating is, sleeping, intimate with somebody.
You don't have to do that.
No, that's not dating.
We got some strong, respectful individuals. We got some strong, respectful individuals that ain't giving themselves away. Now, if you're giving yourself away, then you shouldn't be. That ain't dating at all. Mm-mm. That is hoeing.
That's not dating.
Did I say that out loud?
You said it out loud.
Yeah,
But it's okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to help some folks.
You got to learn how to date. Learn how to date. People learn how to date so that you won't have to be a distraction for somebody. Because you know what happens when you being a distraction? Really, you pretending to be in a relationship.
Now, Sister Fisher, you are absolutely right. Dating has changed in today's society. It has changed. So I'm going to say this to you. Everything we do, we should pray before we do it.
Yes.
Then you ain't got to worry about going through all these different jokers, because everything we do, we should pray about it. When God gives you the spirit of discernment, you ain't going to go out with that joker anyway.
And then, you know, things different because we move different. We move different. We move too fast. We move too fast. Before we can actually start to go on a couple of dates, we get to calling, being on the phone all night, all day, every day. After being on the phone all day, every day with this one person, instead of allowing yourself to breathe, think about this person.
Or ask your God, is this it? Is he the one? Because don't waste your time with a distraction if this is not destined of God.
Right.
Man,
Right.
boy, going on, boy, bye. Ain't that what y'all say? Boy, bye.
Boy, bye.
Girl, bye.
Because guess what? If that's the one, guess what? He coming back for more.
Is
He is coming back for more, or she's coming back for more. They're going to be trying to figure out when they can go on another date.
What?
Yes, but we move so fast. Move so fast.
Did I come back for more?
You came back for more.
I did.
And more.
And more.
And more.
And more.
We were dating first, though.
We dated.
We dated.
Well, honestly, we were
friends.
Friends,
first.
absolute friends.
Yeah.
That were taking, actually didn't even know at the time, we were really on the same journey, going through some of the same heartaches and some of the same pains.
Yeah.
And so she was an amazing friend. She still is one of the best that God has ever gave me.
And I think that's what help us and hold us together, and allow us to bond even more and closer because we became friends first.
And you know, and we took that time. We took that time. Mm-hmm. And I thank God that she respected the man of God that I was, because sometimes she just had to call me on some stuff. And she just had to say, this ain't how it needs to be done, or this is how it should be done. Straighten things out. Make sure things are straight before you really want to go into a real live commitment.
Right.
So I thank God for her. And I thank God for the journey that we've been on to be where we are together.
Yes.
We did. It took but I'm gonna tell you something I realized about this woman right here. See, grown folk end up in grown relationships.
Right.
We ain't got too long to be playing and stuff. I knew what I wanted. She knew what we wanted, what she wanted, and we got married.
Yeah.
We didn't do all that old, when we realized that we had met that point. Hey man, let's do it the right way.
Right.
All that, let's do it the right way. Now I'm not, here I am, not the judge. The Bible says, judge ye not, lest ye be judged. For with the same measure, you shall be judged. Don't talk about the log in that man. Don't talk about the splinter in that man's eye when you got a log in yours. So I'm not being this great judge, but I am saying I wanted to make sure that God was going to bless my relationship. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make sure God was going to bless my relationship. Right. So we made sure we dotted our I's and crossed our T's.
Right.
You're not talking to a perfect man or a perfect woman, but we just wanted to do things right.
Yes.
Especially when we know to do right.
Right. When you know better, you definitely supposed to do better.
Oh, okay.
And God has really blessed our relationship and blessed us through it.
Lady Taylor is a discerner of when God is going to bless us. She said, I ain't worried, Pastor Taylor. I know God going to bless this. And and that, even with our children, with our last daughter, she said, I know we asked for a girl, we're going to have a girl. I know she's going to be healthy. She said, everything is just right.
Mm-hmm. It was lined up.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. So, I wanted to go deeper. I'm not going to go deeper because I wanted to deal with that husband and wife thing and his place and her place.
But that's going to be it for another topic.
It is. I'm not going to dig too deep, but make sure that you are in relationship with someone that values you, someone that appreciates you, someone who's going to build you, someone who's going to love you, and someone who's going to make sure that you are their top priority and that they are yours.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you're that relationship that just need a little help, work on it.
Oh, man.
Work on it.
I love that my wife says this because if it's something that bothers me or something that bothers her, we created an avenue of communication. Mm-hmm. We just tell each other.
Yes.
But now this is how we tell folk. We talk to each other with a loving tone.
Right.
We talk to each other with a loving tone.
Right.
Yeah. We don't tear each other down. We share what our struggles are, or what's that thing that made us sore in that spot. and we try to work not to do that thing or to try to fix whatever that rough area is.
Right, because you can't just ignore a situation. You can't just ignore it. It's not going anywhere.
Don't sweep it on the rug. It ain't going nowhere. You have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it. Yeah.
You can't, it ain't gonna disappear. And you can't fix something except you know how. And how can you know except you talk about it? You communicate and try to work things out.
Lady Taylor, how long should a person be in a relationship with an individual that they know is simply a distraction? Should that be sometimes you could even be married to one, right?
Yeah. It's some people that are married to other people and they're there, but they're not there. They're just a distraction where you're just a distraction for them. They may be with you just for benefits.
You see what Patrice says? Patrice said it will definitely get worse.
Yes, it will. If you don't communicate. If you're not communicating about a situation and things just keep going and you keep going, before you know it, where y'all was like this, y'all gonna be like this. Coming and going. And when you let stuff pile up, after a while, you ain't gonna care and he ain't gonna care. I ain't worried about him or I ain't worried about her. And guess what? Y'all just gonna be past.
It becomes problematic because you have to dig through all of that to try to get to the root of it.
Yes, y'all become roommates. Roommates.
Such Faye said, kick that joker to the curb. Yes, and it's a lot of relationships and marriages that's out there that people are just existing. Wow.
They're just existing with each other. They're just living with each other because of the benefits. Sister
Angie Davis says communication grows a relationship.
It really does.
It does.
It really does. Once you learn how to communicate with your partner or your spouse, once you learn how to communicate with them, you'll see how much peace you will have.
Oh,
so much peace, you'll be so much more happier. And it ain't just about communicating. It's how you communicate with your partner.
Yeah.
How you do it. It's very important.
So Sister Valerie Fisher said that if you don't do something about it, it'll become toxic. And I think toxic, another word for toxic is sickening.
Yes.
It will play out in your everyday life.
Yes.
Not just in your home, but even on your job and just you trying to get around. Sister Lady Taylor just said, "Oh man, it messes with your peace."
It'll run your partner off to where they'd rather go work than to be around you.
What?
They'll make up any excuse
not to be at home.
Not to be at home. It's some relation. That's another topic.
Okay.
But
Okay.
It's very important to communicate. Yes, very important to communicate.
Get rid of distractions.
Get rid of the distractions. The bad ones.
The bad ones.
Get rid of the bad distractions because for you to have greatness, for you to want greatness, for you to be able to have a future with somebody, you want to be more than just a distraction.
Yeah, look, she said Sister Court said she did that and hated her job.
And my point exactly.
Wow.
They go to work knowing they finna work like a slave, work like a dog. They go volunteer doing stuff just to not be at home. Just not to be at home.
Oh my God, that is beautiful. Sister Latrice McCoy said people need to stop holding people's heart hostage. Oh,
exactly.
We need to close the live on that one.
Exactly.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful statement.
Exactly.
That was an amazing statement. Love that one right
But don't let nobody hold
absolutely,
heart
absolutely
hostage.
And you know that individual is holding your heart hostage. Break loose. Break free. Get away. Because that's just like being kidnapped.
Exactly.
That's somewhere that's some place you don't want to be, and you're around someone you don't even want to be around. You got to get free. You got to break loose from that thing.
And I would say 25, but I'm gonna say about 30. I'm gonna say 30 years. When you reach 30, I'm pretty much say you should know what you want.
That's grown folk.
You grown.
Absolutely grown folk.
It ain't no thinking about it. It ain't 30 years old. You should know what you want.
You get rid of the Chuck E. Cheese Negro, then you want you a grown man then.
You should know.
You don't need no token to play no more games. It's over with. Mm-hmm. You know for yourself exactly what you want, precisely what you want. You know, you specific about what you want then.
Yes, and so if you know what you want, go in being open. Tell the person, be honest with people. Let them know where you are, where you stand, because that's the quickest way to either move them out the way or for them to know that, hey, you looking for a future.
Hey, look, and the fake stuff don't last anyway. Just be real.
Right.
You got to go through the door just being real.
Yes.
Now, because let me tell you something. Oh, God, I done say this out loud. Lady Taylor, I was just big at gifting her stuff, and she you see the little smile she got? And I'm talking about I'm going in, I'm trying to put it on, think I really thought I was doing the daggone thing. And in all actuality, I was missing the mark, because getting her stuff was not what she really wanted, especially when I was getting the stuff that she didn't want. She's buying all these purses and all that nice stuff.
I'm kind of picky.
Bingo! I was trying to dig.
I'll be honest, I'm picky.
I was trying to dance around it, but she's extremely picky, and she's specific about what she wants.
Yeah.
But you know what she wanted more than the stuff? Me and my time. You know, I was working to try to provide an amazing living, an amazing life for her, but she wanted me and my time.
Yes,
so the stuff couldn't make up for me or the time.
Right. And you got some people, they'll be happy with the stuff. But that wasn't me.
Yeah.
I prefer to have you in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know, have your company.
Yeah.
Then you come shower me. It's bedtime with some gifts. I ain't saying he came at bedtime, because you know Miss Taylor ain't having that. But I'd rather you spend some time with me than you come shower me with gifts.
Yeah.
Talking about some you been at work all day, you know. And don't get me wrong, I can appreciate a man that's working hard for his family. I really can. But that's not everything.
You gotta learn how to process the time.
That's not everything, and you got to know when enough is enough. When to cut it off, when to shut it down.
You gotta balance it out.
You have to be able to balance, right?
Balance it out. Balance it out. And I've learned. She has taught me through teaching me by telling me what's going to work and what's not going to work. Vice versa.
Right.
Because I don't just honor my wife honors her husband.
Right.
And we try to make sure that that we provide those things that are needed in order for us to work.
Right. Because
when it's the right relationship, it will work.
Yes.
It's going to work. But you got to make sure you work it.
Right. And, you know, it took us working together.
Yeah, together.
Because it may have been times where he had to work late. Well, guess what? I'll pack me and them kids up, and guess what? We're going to come and join them.
She'll come up to the barbershop and hang out with them.
So, you know, you have to learn how to balance. You have to learn how to support, you know, especially when a person is trying and you know they're trying and they're doing the right thing. You gotta meet them halfway.
So that's what I did. I turned around, closed the barbershop down, came home, started cutting her at the house. So I'd be there when she get there then.
Yeah.
You know, hey, look, how we need to make it work, we're going to make it work.
But you got to communicate.
We had to communicate.
You have to communicate and let the person know what is needed in the relationship and what is missing. And, you know, if you're with the right person, they're going to want to fix it.
Yeah. But she was very adamant about when she say, baby, come home, that means she has exhausted her patience.
Yeah.
Please get here. You know,
time up.
You better read through all of that. She said, baby, come home. And I knew then, hey, this is the last head.
Okay, be like, look, that's the last one, right?
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
man,
but you know, this has been good.
Yes, it has.
I'm gonna leave you with, don't be a distraction, and don't allow a person to be a distraction in your life.
Yes. I need you to know this because I always try to give a life nugget, and that is always be a seed. What do you mean? Sometimes in being a seed, you'll be in order for you to grow up, you have to first of all dig deep. Mm-hmm. Make sure that you dig deep inside of yourself that you begin to nurture that growing area. So when it's time for you to sprout up, you'll be the most beautiful flower in the garden.
Yes.
Always make sure you be a seed.
Yes.
Always make sure you be a seed. Because sooner or later, when it's time to grow, you will grow to your full potential
Yes.
and your God-given destiny and what he's put inside of you.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, look, Lady Taylor, Pastor Taylor, have enjoyed your company tonight.
Yes.
You know it's raining and storming over here, so I'm going to have a date night in the house with this beautiful girl.
We're going to date night in the house. We're gonna get us some dinner and find us something to listen to on the radio while we eat. Then we do our movie.
My God.
So
my God.
that's how we do it.
Yes, Lord. And this too shall pass.
Yes.
Bless your heart. God blessings be unto you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight and sipping some tea with the Taylors.
All
God bless you.
right.